most common things you must defend yourself against, obviously, are other drivers and pedestrians. The folks you share the road with aren't necessarily bad drivers, but they can certainly be unpredictable. They could be distracted and end up making split-second decisions that can be dangerous for you if you aren't watching out. Although you can't get inside the head of other drivers, there are some external signals you can look for that might clue you in as to what they're doing. Obstructed vision. Having a wide field of view is just as important to an auto driver as it is to you. If you see a car loaded up with excess cargo, such as luggage, you have to assume the driver may not be able to see you out their rear window. Also, be aware of blind intersections. You're higher up than most drivers and can sometimes see over things they can't. Delivery trucks have blind spots just like yours, and their drivers are constantly getting in and out of their trucks. The same goes with any parked car. Pass with caution, watching for movement inside the car. If an emergency vehicle or a police car is pulled to the side of the road, pass as far left and slow as is safe. Rear lights and exhaust will tell you if the engine's running and if the car itself might move. Distractions. A driver that is distracted is less aware of what's going on around him. If possible, make eye contact with the driver to confirm that he sees you. The same goes for bicyclists and pedestrians. If you see a driver talking to someone else, in person or on a cell phone, assume that's where his focus is. Likewise, workers out on the road, be it in a roadside construction or delivery drivers, are going to be more focused on their work and not devoting their full attention on traffic. Any neighborhood with roadside activity means you have to watch for people suddenly entering the street. A stopped school bus means exiting children. If you see, for example, a parked ice cream truck, you can expect customers to come running. Be careful of playgrounds and schools. Watch for balls or other objects that might come rolling out into the street. Also be wary of situations where drivers might be out of their vehicle, such as if they've blown a tire, or even at a toll booth, or where rubberneckers may want to stop and look, like at a roadside accident. Confusion. Confused drivers are different than distracted drivers, in that they honestly don't know what they're looking for, and might make a sudden move once they've figured it out. Confused drivers generally move slower than the surrounding traffic, and they do things like stopping in the middle of a city block or changing lanes for no reason. If you see cars with out-of-state license plates or lots of luggage, these people might not know the area, so are looking for street signs or an address. Give them room. Slow down, in case they stop or cut in front of you without warning. The first thing any truck driver must be aware of is space, specifically the space occupied by your vehicle. You probably heard the phrase bull in a china shop before. That's a pretty accurate description of what a big rig is like in relation to the other vehicles and pedestrians. You are the largest thing on the road, and compared to you, everything else is small and fragile. Remember, there's 6 sides to every truck: front, back, left, right, and both above and below. You must be mindful of all the possible obstacles and know how to effectively control your space. The space in front of you is the most important. Most accidents involve rear-end collisions, and making sure you have enough room to stop is the only way to avoid hitting whoever's in front of you. It's important to remember you can't predict or control what other drivers will do, so you always want to have a cushion that gives you room to deal with any sudden decisions they make. As a big rig driver, you need to account for the stopping time based on the size and weight of your truck. The rule of thumb is 1 second of driving time for every 10 feet of truck length. If you're driving a rig that's 50 feet long, then you need 5 seconds between yourself and the car immediately in front of you. An extra second should be added if you're going more than 40 miles an hour. Remember, all driving decisions require time to spot the situation, identify the action to take that action, and then the completion of the action, in this case, braking time. It's even harder to know what someone behind you is going to do than someone in front of you, but there are precautions you can take to protect the rear of your truck. Stay to the right, use the slow lanes whenever possible. Always take the slow approach when changing lanes, and expect that other vehicles will tailgate you. If you think you're being followed too closely, slowly reduce your speed to encourage the other driver to pass you, while also extending the space between you and the car in front of you. This means when the tailgater goes by, they'll have plenty of room to merge back into the driving lane.